Alright, this video, I'm gonna talk about the job market and just the state of emergency that the world is in, bro. Like, the job market is some trash right now. Jobs not hiring, bro. Like, there are jobs that's hiring, but 90% of the jobs that we're applying for are not hiring. I just applied to a security job. I got denied. I had all the qualifications. They sent me the email. They said, yo, you fit all the qualifications of the position that you applied for. Then a couple of days later, about a week later, oh, you haven't been chosen for the position. And it just hasn't been security. I've done security. It's been other jobs, easy jobs, fast food jobs, warehouse jobs. I'm really applying for anything for real at this point, you know what I'm saying? And majority of my applications that I put in, they say, yo, we're sorry. Unfortunately, we're not accepting you at this moment. Even fast food places not hiring. McDonald's, Burger King, Arby's, like Wendy's. Like these places that a couple years ago you could get in, they not hiring. Like none of these places are hiring, man. And that's why I'm so grateful that I'm going into the field that I'm in, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm so grateful that I'm just choosing an entrepreneur route. Like, I'm just choosing my skill, building on that, and just excelling from there, man. The job market is crazy out here. It's hard to get a job now. It's not like it was 4, 5, 6 years ago where you could go, like I said, you could go to a McDonald's, you can go to a fast food place, get a job easy. It's not like that no more. You know what I mean? Another thing I want to talk about, man, is us as people, no specific race, no specific ethnicity, nothing specific, just in general. I feel like us as people, yo, we spending all our money on like prize, you know, it ain't nothing wrong with prize picks and, you know, sports betting and things like that. But I feel like a lot of us are spending money on those things, on the sports betting, on the lottery, you know what I'm saying, on the prize picks, betting on players. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm saying? I love sports myself, but I feel as though people are taking that route to gain money, you know what I'm saying? And it's a 50-50 chance. Like, we see people promoting it every day, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? They promoting it heavy, but I feel like a lot of us are spending our last on these prospects, on these betting sites, you know what I'm saying, at the casino. You know what I'm saying? Sports betting is the new, like, you know, back in the day, you can still do it now, but a lot of us back in the day, we used to go to, like, the liquor store and then do the scratch-offs. The sports betting is the new scratch-offs. You know what I'm saying? Sports betting in this generation is the new scratch-offs. You know what I'm saying? You still got older people, you know, like grandparents. You know, you got some old heads. You still got them doing scratch-offs saying, yo, I'm going to play the numbers. You know when your grandma used to tell you, go down to the store, go down to the liquor store, play my numbers? Like, we're doing that in this generation, except we doing it through sports. You know what I'm saying? And if that's what you do, that's what you do. But I feel like, yo, if you ain't got it like that, bro, like, save your bread. And it's crazy how these companies can market so well, you know what I'm saying? They can market so well and get you to spend bread. And to be honest, I feel like instead of sports betting, especially when it's like it's your last, or like you don't got it like that, I feel like instead of sports betting, we should be, you know, putting our money into other things, man. And at the same time, I realize a lot of us aren't taught what to put our money into. I feel like if they show more, you know, investments, easy investments, if they show more things that we could put money into that are easy, you know, like small startups, if they showed that, a lot of people would be making more money. But we don't live in that type of world. We live in a type of world where they want you to consume content. They want you to spend money. You know what I'm saying? And if they do want you to make money, they want you to take a course, or they want you to pay a certain amount of money to learn that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, knowledge, information is the key to building. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm one of those people that realize, all right, sports betting, playing the numbers, that's not necessarily the way to go. You want guaranteed money? I suggest you put money into learning. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking college either. You know what I'm saying? College teaches you certain things. It's a cap on the amount of information that you're receiving. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain limit to the amount of information that they're giving you. They only giving you what they want you to learn. You know what I'm saying? That's why you go out and network and do what you do. But, man, I woke up today, man, I was like, man, like, yo, I keep seeing all these sports betting, you know what I'm saying, ads. I keep seeing, like, even older people, like I said, they doing scratch offs, and it's like, dang, you know what I'm saying, like, is that what the world is coming to? Like, is that what people feel like they gotta make their money? Like, people really feel like they can do the scratch offs instead of even applying to a job. At least I'm applying, you know what I'm saying? At least I'm going on these sites and trying to, you know what I'm saying, do that while I'm in my process of the field that I'm in. But, man, you got people that don't even want to work a 9 to 5 no more. They just being pushed all this other information, so they just disregarding the 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? A job in general, even the overnight joints, people not even doing that. It's crazy, you know. Prices are rising on food and gas and the essential things that we need. Prices are going up, and we as people over here saying, yo, we need to do scratch offs and sports betting. Yo, 90% of my timeline on social media is sports betting. 90% of my timeline on social media is putting your money, you know what I'm saying, and betting on a team or casinos or gamble, or even those video game ads where they're like, yo, I made $10,000, or you can make 10 million, like things like that. Like, I feel like they're pushing that instead of pushing, hey, search for a job, get your career started. Out of the 90% of the content that's pushed for sports betting and things like that, about probably like 3% is take a course to expand your knowledge. Take this class. Like, if you notice, they don't really promote, you know, gaining knowledge. They don't really promote industries where you could really make money. Cause like I said, I feel like they don't want you to make money. When I say they, I'm talking about like people in higher positions. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, also, it's like, yeah, like, if you know somebody, you could get in position, but at the same time, you need that information. At the same time, you could know somebody, but once you get in them rooms with those people, like, once you get there, you still gotta learn, you know what I'm saying? You still gotta know what's going on. I was growing up, it was drilled into my head that you know what I'm saying, I have to put myself in position to, you know, work for somebody. But a lot of us grew up like that, man. Successful, the rich people, they be like, yo, I did A, B, and C. But they not about to tell you exactly what they did, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't want you in their position. So they gonna give you a summary of something that sound good. They gonna say, yo, I ain't gonna lie, some people do. They'll give you like, they say, yo, invest in this, do this, do this. But at the same time, you have to know how to operate what they telling you. If somebody's telling you something, if somebody that's rich is telling you something, like if somebody is saying, yo, I invested into this, that does not mean they're going to do everything for you, you know what I'm saying, in that specific thing. Like, they could tell you, I invested in this company, or I put my money into this. And you go ahead and you do the same thing. You have to go out on your own, do your own research, you know what I'm saying, and find out if that's really good for you. Because what has worked for them may not work for you. You know what I'm saying? Man, the world is going through a major shift right now, man, as far as making money, man. It's like a job isn't enough. A job isn't enough, man. It's crazy. Back in the day, you could have a job, get a nice house, live a comfortable life. You didn't have to be an entrepreneur. You didn't have to have side hustles. You didn't have to invest. You didn't have to do any of those things. Back in the day, like you just stick with a job and then you save and then you good. You know what I'm saying? Now in today's economy, in today's society, you gotta have a job. You gotta have passive income. You gotta have money coming in from different avenues. You gotta invest. You gotta do stocks. You have to have a business on top of your job. Like, there's so many things you have to do. And it's crazy because a lot of people don't want to do that. And I understand because everybody not built like that. But I don't know, brother. It's so much, bro. It's so much. The economy is forcing people to become, you know what I'm saying, like hustlers. The economy is forcing people to really grind. And it's not all bad. It's good in a way because it's forcing people to get off their ass. You know what I'm saying? You can't be lazy. If you want to survive, you got to put in that work. So it's forcing people to really grind. You got younger people trying to find ways to make money, which back in the day, you know, as a child, you're not worrying about making money. You just being a kid. But now kids in this generation, they worrying about, all right, how do I make more money than my parent? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to lie. That's how I was growing up. Like, when I was a kid, I had to do adult responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? I had to take care of my brother. My parents wasn't home. I had to take care of my brother. I had to, you know what I'm saying, clean the house. You know what I'm saying? On top of me just going to school, I had to, you know, don't answer the door when your parents not home. If somebody knock on the door, don't answer. Things like that. Like, I had, on top of the responsibilities I had at school, I had adult responsibilities as well, man. And that was put on to me at an early age, you know what I'm saying? So with that mindset, I see my parents going to work, coming home every day. You know what I'm saying? With that mindset, I'm like, all right, I don't want this to be my life. You know what I'm saying? I want more for myself. So I got to make more money than my parents. And that was my goal for a long time, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't know if that was a good or bad goal to have. Like, I don't know if that was a good or bad mindset to have, you know what I'm saying? But like, for the longest time, I'd be like, yo, like, it's cool, like, we living, you know what I'm saying? We living, but we can't do extravagant things all the time, you know what I'm saying? We can't, my mom she would get fast food like maybe once a month, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Not all the time, but maybe once a month, you know what I'm saying? Because she ain't want to spend the bread, you know what I'm saying? She got other bills, man. So like I said, like, growing up for me, I was like, bro, all right, I gotta make more money than my parents. And like I said, that a lot of the kids are going through that to this day, man. But man, I feel like, man, you can't be a kid no more. Like, kids can't be kids. And that's why a lot of kids feel like they grown. And I'm not blaming parents for, you know what I'm saying, why kids feel like they grown. I'm just saying parents are introducing their kids, you know what I'm saying, to adult responsibilities at an early age. Like, for me, it was taking care of my brother. You know what I'm saying? Making sure he eat. Making sure he bathe. Like, actually taking care of this man on top of me coming home from school, you know what I'm saying, not going out, shit like that. But yeah, man, y'all be careful out here, man. I'm not saying that y'all can't bet. Y'all can do what y'all want. I'm just saying, let's try to find ways, like, let's do our research. Let's try to find ways to have passive income, man. You know, whether it's talking to the right people. You might, hey, if you gotta take notes, take some notes. You know what I'm saying? If you're talking to somebody, take some notes. Save things in your phone. You know, take down key information. Search the internet. Type in how to make passive income, you know what I'm saying, without you dishing out a whole bunch of money. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Like, what can you do at your place right now where you can make money? You know what I'm saying? The status you are, like, where you are in your life, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? At this current time, while the job market is crashing. Like, even with me, like, I'm applying to these jobs, getting denied back to back to back to back to back. And it's sad. It's taking me back to before I even had a job. Like, before I had my first job was McDonald's. I was applying literally to everywhere, bro. I didn't know how to do a resume. I didn't know how to talk to a manager at an interview. I ain't know how to do none of that. You know what I'm saying? My mom was like, yo, figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a full circle. It's like a full circle moment because I feel like I'm back in that moment where my mom was like, yo, figure out how to do a resume. I'm not gonna tell you how to do it. Figure it out. And she might not know how to do it at the same time. Like, that's another thing. A lot of adults don't know how to do certain things. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they tell you, yo, figure it out. Because they don't know. They don't know, bro. So, yo, I challenge you. Whoever's watching this, I challenge you. Yo, start that business. Try to find that income. Get around people that are actually doing it instead of saying they want to do it. You know, start that content. Start that channel. Invest. Whatever you said you was going to do, go ahead and start, man. It's never too late to start, man. You start now, you're going to be in a great place, man. But go ahead and start. Do your thing. I said the job market is trash, man. But do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Be great. All right, it's your boy Shy Fades. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Here we go. Bang!
Went to the store and I got me some pennies. Aye. Oh la la.